Yeah. Y'all know what it is.
Get to the floor with your way for, cause we can ride the beat straight to the top. Been waiting so long and now it's my time to show them all that it's not a game. I don't care what I'm looking like, I just gotta show you that I'm not going nowhere. Feel proud it, I don't doubt it. Show me that you're showing up about it, about it.
This is another edition of Pastors and Ministers' Wives. When we first met Mrs. Tammy Robinson, she invited us into her life as it was moving full speed. Her job then was in the Dean of Education's office at Florida A&M University. And on the day we visited her, she was headed from work to school, determined, as she told us, to finally get her degree.
School, I'm just determined. I started out when I first got out of high school and took a detour, and if I don't do anything else, I'm going to finish my degree. So,
My God.
just determination.
Today, she welcomes us into her new office. A blessing, she says, came as a result of her recent promotion. She now has a job that's complete with benefits and a perfect view. This pastor's wife is definitely on the move and ready to share her story. She invited host Nicky Yarborough to hear all about it on a Sunday afternoon just after church. It was the perfect opportunity to get an inside look at the inspiration behind her motivation. So they sat down to talk right in her normal spot where she could be found week in and week out, supporting her husband, Bishop Elect Sylvester Robinson, at St. Mark's Missionary Baptist Church at Shiloh in Quincy, Florida.
Welcome, Lady Tammy.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Great, great. I am so excited about this whole Pastors and Ministers' Wives piece because it's so needed right now. And I just love everything that you've done and how we've just bonded together, and we're
You're my
moving
sister.
forward. Yeah, we are sisters now. But I just want to ask you, because a lot of our viewers, they want to know, how long have you been in this position? How long have you been the First Lady of St. Mark?
Well, in December, Pastor and I will have been married 5 years.
Oh,
So
wow.
we'll be a First Lady on December the 22nd for 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
So it's before St. Mark. So you've been...
Yes.
Okay,
Before St. Mark.
great. Oh my gosh, because you look so young, and everybody think, you know, the first ladies have to be the older ladies with the hats on the front row. You know, you're here on the front row, but you know, God is truly doing something with the younger generation.
Yes, He is.
So it's just awesome, just awesome.
It is.
So how has the experience been being a first lady?
It has been different. It was different leading up to this point. A lot of people have their own idea of what a first lady is supposed to be, and so you know, for many of them, it is the skirts down to your ankles. You know, not much makeup. You need a hat every time you step into the church.
Exactly.
And so it was different in that sense, and also in trying to find out where I fit, because you know, I have my own gifts and I have my own ministry as well, and not to compete,
Exactly.
you know, with what the calling that's on my husband's life, and just to find my own little niche and still be able to be that support and that wife for my husband.
And that's good. That's what it's all about, you know, because I feel that once we found that niche, the thing that we're supposed to do, it will automatically complement what the husband or the pastor, especially in this case, because your husband is the pastor, it automatically complements what he's doing, and it helps push the vision. So that is something that's great. That's something that's needed, because you know, a lot of ladies they really don't get too involved in the ministry when they're first ladies. And you're a mother, wife, first lady. How do you balance all of that? I mean,
you know what I had to learn, what I had to come to the conclusion, it's not about me.
Right.
It's all about God's will for my life. And in doing what He has called me to do, which is be a helpmeet for my husband, I'm his prayer warrior, I'm his appointment setter. I'm everything that I need to be to him. I'm glorifying God.
Yes.
And so that gives me the strength, it gives me the will to do and to keep going.
Right.
To just do it, just to make it happen however I can make it happen.
Right. And then you're in school.
I
On
am.
top of all of that.
On top of
On top of all of that, you're in school and you have your I'm quite sure you have your homework.
I do.
So that's something totally different because you want to stay on top of everything. You have your husband. You have different events that you know that you're just kind of required to just show up at and say, hey, you know how it is.
Show your face.
Yeah,
yes.
show your face. So it's basically knowing God, knowing who you are, and just balancing it all.
Definitely. It's a challenge. I will say that it's not easy, or it hasn't always been easy. But again, I know that it's what I'm supposed to do. It's my purpose, so it doesn't feel like a chore. It's not stressful. And God just gives me strength.
That is so good. What about a lot of what I went through as a first lady was that this is my husband and he's my pastor. So do you ever get in a place where you just like, you know, that's my husband up there. I'm in church and I'm trying to receive the word, but you know, right now I'm just not feeling him as the pastor husband. How do you separate that?
That is so
How
funny.
do you handle
And
those
in the
situations?
beginning, I was separating that, but it actually goes together. And my husband, we laugh because again, like I said, I'm his secretary. I do a lot of things. I do promotions, the advertisement and stuff, and he'll come and he'll say, you know, this isn't right, or I would like to change this, and I get all offended. I'm like, I would take it personal, like, you're my husband, you're not supposed to, you know, criticize me. And I had to get to the place of like, okay, hold up. Again, this is not about you. This is about ministry.
Right.
And you want to do ministry to the fullest, a spirit of excellence for God.
Yes.
So I had to humble myself and get off my little high horse and realize, okay, this is my husband, but yet and still he is my pastor.
Right.
So as the head of my family, as the head of my church, you know, I had to learn how to submit under a whole different level, on a whole different level.
That,
so,
you know.
Yeah, but it wasn't easy.
Exactly.
Like I say, he's fired me probably several times, more times than I could think.
That's what it's all about.
This is not going to work because you hot-headed and you just determined to do your own thing, and you know, I've quit. Okay, so we had to find that balance. Though it wasn't easy. It wasn't an automatic. We had to find it.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, you know, this is my husband. This is my husband. Because even when the people are gone, when look, the money is gone, whatever's gone, at the end of the day, this is my husband right here. So I understand. I got fired, I quit, I did all of that stuff. But you know, I learned a lot. And so, like you said, you have to humble yourself and just receive, and then that balance just shows up. It comes. So, but you represent well. You represent being a first lady well, and I'm so proud of everything that you're doing, and thank you so much for just being on the show.
Thank you for having me. This has been a wonderful experience.
Yes, thank you.
When Life in the Now TV's Pastors and Ministers' Wives series returns, a candid conversation inside the Bishop's office as Lady Tammy Robinson and her husband, Bishop Elect Sylvester Robinson, share more about their life of ministry, their love, and the bumps along the way. All this coming up after the break. This edition of Life in the Now TV's Pastors and Ministers' Wives series is brought to you by the Pastors and Ministers' Wives Association Ladies in Pink Fellowship Breakfast, happening this Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Old Jerusalem Missionary Baptist Church in Havana, Florida. For more information, call 850-359-2065.
That's low. That's low. Look, he's blushing. Seriously. Okay.
Brothers and sisters.
Welcome back. Sunday mornings are not the only time pastors and ministers' wives are on duty. In fact, a look inside Lady Tammy Robinson's life, wife of Bishop-elect Sylvester Robinson, will show you that she's on call around the clock, working full-time on a brand new job, going to school to finish her degree, and on this Sunday afternoon, playing the role of First Lady, wife, and now storyteller, as her and her husband sit down with series host Nicky Yarborough to share more about how they make it all work and keep their love intact on a daily basis.